Hello my DIY crafty friends. Today I'm going to be making rice paper for crafts, and I bought some and then I experimented and figured out how to do it. So you're going to need a napkin of some sort. This cute little napkin tells you how to make spinach dip, and it gives you the instructions. So what you want to do is take your tissue apart from the other part and just pull this all apart. I have already have one done. It's a different tissue, but here it is. So you're going to need any kind of white glue, but you want 2 parts water, 1 part glue. You want it extremely runny, just like this. See, it's very, very runny. So you want to take parchment paper or your mat and put glue on here. You don't need to soak it. You soak it, then it'll basically rip your napkin when you're working with it, when you start to do the other side. So you want to do the back right here so that it'll be totally stiff. So you're going to take your napkin, and it's a good idea to fold it in the middle. Lay it down and pat it onto your mat. I like the wrinkles in there. You could smooth it out if you don't want a bunch of wrinkles in there. Now, when I was doing this, hold on one second, I need some glue over here. You can see where you need the glue, so just put more glue on. Now, what I was going to say is, when I was experimenting with this, I realized it was kind of difficult to sometimes get the rice paper off of the mat. So I just leave a little tab in the corner so that I can pull it up. So I'm going to give this a couple minutes to set, and you want to make sure the entire back is covered. And the reason I'm going to give it a couple minutes to set is where it's very, this casting a shadow, where it's very, very wet, that could rip when I'm doing this. So I'm just going to push this down and just give it a couple minutes, and then come back and then do the top. So I will be back. I didn't wait till it was completely dry, but what I'm doing is I'm gently putting the glue mixture on top. Now, you could also use coffee grounds to stain your paper. The problem with that is the mixture, whatever you, like if I was to make this and put coffee grounds in there, I'd have to use the entire mixture. It would get moldy. What is the word I'm looking for? The glue and water mixture is fine if you have a container with glue and water, because glue is made from water, but the coffee grounds to stain your item would be moldy after a while. So if you're going to use coffee grounds on your items, you'd want to use the entire container or entire glue mixture with coffees at the sitting that you're doing. Now, I have other pieces of paper. I think I'm going to mix this with coffee, and then I can show you what I mean on how to stain it. And it's fairly simple, and I have basic coffee grounds, but this is going to have to dry before I take it off the paper. But I would like to show you what I'm going to do with the coffee grounds. I just have to find my coffee, and then I could show you. So I went and got some coffee and warm water, and I mixed it together. Now you can strain this, but I believe I am just going to put it right in with my glue, because I believe it'll give it a cool texture. And I'm not a big coffee, well, I'm not a coffee drinker at all. Let's be honest. I don't like coffee. My husband drinks coffee, so I'm just gonna put this in here and mix it together, and then I'm gonna put it on my paper, put my paper on there. So I'm gonna get another mat so that I can do this on this side. I'm thinking maybe I can do it on here. Okay, so I have the piece of paper that I took from the back of the tissue, the napkin. So I'm going to fold that in half, right like that, right in half. And I'm going to take my coffee mixture and do the same as I did before, and put it on here. Okay, so I put the coffee mixture down, and now I'm just patting it onto the paper. To do both sides, and I think the coffee grounds will give it some texture. Now you can strain your coffee to not have the grounds on it. So I am just trying to wet the entire thing, and I have a little piece over here pulled up. So I'm going to pat it down to make sure that the entire napkin is matted down or patted down so that it all gets wet. So it's going to be a little bit till my paper dries, so I will be back to show you what it looks like. But right now we are making rice paper, and like I said, you could always strain out your coffee so you don't have these grounds, but I thought it would give a little bit more dimension to my paper. Also, whatever you use with the coffee, you need to use it. It won't store for a long time. I'm not sure how long it would store, but it's not going to store and keep for a long time without getting moldy. So I would use it in one sitting. What I had done was I had taken my mat outside, and so it would dry in the sun, and my pig decided he was going to have a little bit of fun with my paper. So here is the sunflower paper, and it's kind of thin, and I don't know if you can hear that, it's very crinkly. So I have bunny paper I have made into rice paper, the sunflowers. I had a piece of the tissue paper, and I put coffee grounds and coffee stain on it, and I like how it looks. I think that looks really cool. But as you can see, my little love bug did a little munch on that. Now this one, I think, was his first attempt at messing with it, because there's a hole in here, plus there's dirt from his snout all over my paper, which really kind of bummed me out because I like the way that turned out. So I did another one, and instead of taking it outside, I just opened my window, like the screen, and put it out. But if it's stuck to your mat, just pull on it. That's why I left a little lip. And here's my rice paper that I have of pumpkins. Now I can cut this or do anything I want with it. And then I took another piece and I used a stamper, and I just wanted a different thing of paper. Basically, I'm going to be using this paper, not all of it, but some of it, in, I want to make a junk journal. So I need a lot of paper with a lot of different textures. So I think this is an easy craft. Adults, children can do it. You just got to leave it out to dry and have your pig not put his little snout on it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to do rice paper, and have a blessed day.